Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Blow Daz.
I'm Gaynor.
Okay, just the two of us, Gaynor.
Yes.
If Patreon's your thing and you like watching along for different things, check out our Patreon link below. Got loads of stuff on there, from Modern Family full watch-alongs, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Welcome to Wrexham. We've just finished The Quarterback, which was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Seinfeld, there's loads of quizzes, there's loads of stuff on there. So head on over there and check it out. A bit of Golden Girls.
Yeah.
I like the Golden Girls, don't we?
I do.
Yeah, it's becoming a good thing for me to watch this because it's quite funny.
Yeah.
Blanche's sexiest moments. Not sure how sexy this can be, but let's see. It's very funny anyway. All that.
I do love the rain so. It reminds me of my first kiss.
Your first kiss was in the rain.
No, it was in a shower.
I certainly didn't wait for my wedding night, honey. I couldn't. I had these urges. You know, in the South, we mature faster. I think it's the heat.
I think it's the gin.
Anyhow, my first was Billy. Oh, I remember it so well, just like it was yesterday. That night under the dogwood trees, the air thick with perfume, and me with Billy. Or Bobby. Yeah, Bobby. Yeah, it was Bobby. Or was it Ben? Oh, who knows? Anyway, it started with a B.
That first time, did you have...
Are you serious? Why, many times that first time. Many, many times.
You did?
You didn't?
No. Oh, it was nice. I mean, being near Charlie was nice. But it was 5 years before I knew what made your eyes go back in your head.
What I can't understand is how in the world she managed to wait 15 years.
How long did you wait after George died?
Till the paramedics came. As the Reverend was performing the funeral service, I knew for sure that he wanted me. I'd always known that there'd been something
I see why your mum likes this so much. Right.
Yeah.
between us. Sometimes from the pulpit, he'd be talking about sin. He'd look straight at me. We couldn't do anything about it because he was married, but after his wife died, there was no stopping him.
So?
Well, we could finally consummate our long and burning passion.
And
It took about 10 minutes. He wore his watch and his socks. I never saw him again.
Dorothy, I hesitate to say this, but something in Frank's eyes says to me he thinks of you as more than just a friend.
Blanche, the man is a priest.
The man's a man.
I'm not going to listen to this.
Listen, I know what I'm talking about because I was in a very similar situation once, and he was a man of the cloth. Oh, totally dedicated to his vocation, or so he said. But his eyes told me he was dedicated to me. Now, we both knew it was wrong, and we fought our feelings with every bone in our hot, long, and writhing bodies. But finally, it was just too much for us, and we gave up and checked into a Best Western.
You had an affair with a priest.
Priest. I didn't say he was a priest. I said he was a man of the cloth. He was a fabric salesman.
I know how difficult buying shoes can be. Sometimes you get yourself a really good-looking salesman, and you try to pretend you don't notice his hands caressing your calf as he tries to keep his mind on shoes, but all the time he's thinking, dare I peek? Dare I look more? Dare I look where no eyes have looked before? Then as he kneels there before you, little beads of perspiration breaking out on his forehead, his breath coming shorter and quicker, he ever so gently slips the supple leather on your quivering foot. And you achieve a perfect fit.
You don't have shoe men like that anymore, do you?
What do you mean anymore?
No, but
No, you get like kids in there, and you go, "Can I try them on an 8?" And they go, "Got them in a 4."
Yeah. No, but I remember when he used to sit down and he used to put the shoe on for you.
Yeah.
Now they don't do that. They just give you the shoes, you try them on. And...
Yeah, because imagine it'd be someone would report you for assault if you did that now.
Yeah, I guess so.
Last of the industry was Al Bundy.
Yeah.
Come on, old woman, we need shoes now.
Who was that? He's a Santa Claus. You're kidding. I thought it was Fidel Castro. I meant, what was he doing here?
Blanche picked him up at the mall.
Well, I can't help it. There's something about a man in a Santa Claus suit that just drives me absolutely crazy. Well, maybe it's the warmth of all of that red, hot, sweaty flannel. Set against the austere coldness of those black patent leather jackboots. I'm not sure. All I know is the sight of a Santa sets my body aflame with unbridled desire.
We're putting on a series of plays based on favorite children's stories. And guess what? I have just been made producer of the first grade production.
This is all you have, Dorothy, so I'm going to be happy for you.
No, you know, I'm really excited about this. We're doing Henny Penny. You know, help, help, the sky is falling.
Oh, and that was never one of my favorites. There's no prince in it. I like a fairy tale with a nice prince in it. A handsome prince with a big old codpiece and deep dark eyes. And powerful thighs and muscles rippling beneath his tunic.
Blanche, you could get aroused by Humpty Dumpty.
Are you kidding? All the king's horses and all the king's men. Handsome men with deep dark eyes, and powerful thighs and muscles and big old cod pieces.
Blanche, how do you make it through an omelet?
Honey, is something wrong?
Well, it's Miles. Lately, he's gotten, I don't know, really tight, and I hate it.
Oh? Well, I'm just the opposite. I love a tight man. Tight man with cast iron pecs. Thighs that could choke a bear. Butt you could eat breakfast off of. Then the two of us with... Rose, when did you get in?
Blanche, I've been here the whole time. I was telling you about Miles being tight.
Oh, I love a tight man. Tight man with cast iron pecs, thighs.
Oh, tight with money. He's cheap. You know, before I met you two girls, I was never up this late. Except, of course, during the Jerry Lewis telethon.
Of course.
I was never a night person either, until I blossomed into young womanhood and realized I was even more devastating by moonlight.
Of course.
I will never forget the night I made that discovery. It was during the spring cotillion. I was wearing a long white dress and my first push-up bra. And Bobby Buck McAllister and I were enjoying a glass of punch out on the veranda when a beam of moonlight hit my cleavage. Suddenly, the band began to play. It was at that moment I realized my bosoms had the power to make music.
Didn't Bette Midler win a special Grammy for that?
I was taking some classes at Miss MacGyver's finishing school. And one night, Bobby Joe Springer had escorted me back to my dormitory after the annual Fine Manners Ball, when an innocent goodnight kiss developed into an evening of passion. But at 3 a.m., the door flung open, and there stood Miss MacGyver, making one of those bed checks she was famous for. Well, I tried to handle the whole thing like a lady. I waved politely over Bobby Joe's shoulder with my foot. She was unmoved. Next day, she sat me down, gave me a stern lecture, and kicked me out of school. Only I didn't care. I knew what ecstasy was. All she could do was walk around with a dictionary on her head.
Don't you just love waking up with rain tapping on your bedroom window?
Oh, absolutely. I always throw open the window, uncork a bottle of cold duck, and slip into my Fredericks of Hollywood ostrich feather nightie.
Just because of rain tapping at your window?
Oh, I thought she said Wayne. My mistake, sorry.
Hello. I thought you two would be asleep by now.
Girls, this nightgown is so sheer, I believe you can see right through it. Oh, hello, Fidel.
Hello, Blanche. How are you?
You don't have cataracts, you tell me.
Beat it, you 50-year-old mattress.
Why, you miserable old...
Blanche, you know the rules. When one of you is out with Fidel, the other one does not interfere.
My apologies. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go take a long, hot, steamy bath.
Seen this one, haven't we?
With just enough water to barely cover my perky bosoms.
You're only gonna sit in an inch of water?
Girls, you see that man over there staring at me? He's undressing me with his eyes.
Do you want to move to another table?
Not yet, he's only half done.
Oh, that was a terrific meal, Blanche. Thanks again.
Well, you're welcome, Ham. I just figured you deserved it before going back to that high-tension, dog-eat-dog pressure pit you work in.
Blanche, I run a miniature golf course.
Your champagne, Miss Devereaux?
Oh, thank you, Walter. Sure. You will forgive me if the champagne has a little effect on me, Ham. Sometimes just having it sitting on the table sets my heart to racing. Oh, feel. Lower. No, it's like there's some kind of wild animal energy in there. Pounding, burning, yearning, and lusting, just crying out to be released. I've never said this to another man, Ham, but I feel a heat between us, kind of a flame crackling and hissing. I want you to put that flame out, Ham. I want you to pluck me like a fruit and wash me off in your kisses and sink your teeth into my ripe, juicy flesh. Let me make you happy, Ham. All I need to know is that you want me as much as I want you.
Maybe some other time, Blanche.
That does it. I will not let you humiliate me any longer. You may not want me, Ham Lushbow, but I can promise you somewhere on this planet I will damn sure find some man who does. So when the waiter brought my order, he set down a big bowl of gazpacho right in front of me, and I said, I ordered the consomme. And he said, a hot number like you needs something spicy. And I said, I'll give you something spicy, and I poured the gazpacho right down his pants.
So you never went out with him?
No. Just slept with him. He wasn't my type.
Oh, my goodness, Blanche, how could you?
Oh, come on, Rose. She's just teasing you.
That's right, honey. I'm just teasing. You always tease the one you love. Actually, tease and tickle. Actually, tease, tickle, and spank. Actually...
Blanche.
I'm sorry. What was I talking about?
About teasing me because you love me.
Oh, that's right. Well, it's true. Now, I learned that during my sorority years when I was dating Mr. Preston Bougainvillea. Lord, the teasing that boy put up with.
Because of his name.
No, because of his ears. He had these long, floppy ears. Kind of like a basset hound. When he came to pick me up for our blind date, I couldn't believe it. He jumped out of the car and he ran up the walk and bounded up onto the front porch. And I remember thinking, he's going to trip on those ears. But he didn't. So there he stood before me, introducing himself, and I don't know. I was still so stunned. I just kind of half muttered a howdy do. And he said, I beg your pardon, I didn't hear you. Well, I don't know what came over me, but I just blurted out, didn't hear me? I think you could pick up Radio Free Europe with those. And you know what he did? He laughed. Well, right then and there, I started growing very fond of Mr. Preston Bougainvillea. And over the next several months, we saw quite a lot of each other.
Oh, that's really very sweet, Blanche.
I know. By the way, did you girls know that the size of a man's ears is directly proportionate to the size of his other bodily organs?
What do you mean?
He had a big floppy pancreas.
Oh, I love Tony Bennett.
Oh, so do I. He was always so sweet to me.
Blanche, you dated Tony Bennett?
Honey, I did more than date him. He may have left his heart in San Francisco, but he left his shorts on my radiator.
This whole fantasy about Bob Hope is sick.
Sick.
I mean, if she's gonna have fantasies, they ought to be the normal, healthy kind. Like sweaty Argentinian cowboys whipping things while they ride naked on the back of Brahma bulls.
I have to remember to stop using your towels.
Blanche Devereaux?
Just a moment.
My rear tires have less pressure in them.
I'm ready.
The moon is hanging awful low in the sky tonight, isn't it, Busty?
It sure is, Biff.
It makes me want to kiss you, Josie.
Oh, mind your manners, Biff. While we at the 4th of July picnic, the whole town is here.
To hell with this town. Come away with me.
But you're a drifter, Biff. I can't just pull up stakes and run off with you.
Please reconsider, Josie. You're the prettiest girl in the county. I need to have your answer now. What's it going to be?
I want you to take me, Biff. Oh.
Blanche.
Oh, dear, Dorothy, can you help me with the chair? Oh, my back gave out.
I figured that would have been about the third thing to go.
Honey, what happened?
Well, I was in my aerobics class when I noticed this gorgeous man checking me out. So during the buttocks lifts, he motioned for my phone number. Well, I didn't want to appear easy, so I rolled over on my back and flung my legs over my head.
That's what I call giving him the brush off.
You're fired.
You can't fire me. That's against the law. That's sex discrimination.
Oh, well, I'll give you one more chance. Wait a minute. How is it sex discrimination?
Well, that's what I was doing this afternoon when I didn't get this work done.
Do you remember Mr. Livingston, the guy whose rear end you smacked? Well, my insurance company just called, and the guy is claiming he hurt his back, and he's threatening a lawsuit unless we settle out of court.
Oh, that's terrible.
I know, and I'm the one he's suing because it's my car.
Oh! Boy, you had me going there for a second. I thought you meant he was suing me. Woo! What?
Blanche, Rose may be taken to court for something that you did. Don't you even care?
Oh, Dorothy, good grief, there's nothing to worry about. I'm sure he's just trying to hold up his insurance company. There's nothing wrong with that man's back.
How can you tell?
Because I know the crooked walk of man when his back has been injured. I cannot tell you how many men I have seen limp out of my bedroom. Shoulders stooped and their backs curved.
Blanche, that's different. That's shame.
What's wrong, Rose?
It's my insurance company. They've cut me off because of the lawsuit. What am I gonna do?
Well, you need a good lawyer.
Give me the keys to your rental and I'll go out and see if I can nail one for you.
Blanche, that's how you got me in trouble before. Isn't there anything else you can do?
Well, I suppose we could prove Mr. Livingston was faking his injury if we could trick him into performing certain physical acts of a sexual nature. Rose, I won't go all the way. I'll just get him in the bedroom and put him through the normal warm-ups. And we'll have a certain Scandinavian nitwit hiding in the closet with a camera.
Wouldn't it be better if I hid in the closet?
Yes, Rose, I suppose it would.
But do you really think you can get him to remove the neck brace?
Oh, please, I once got a man to crawl out of a full body cast.
Dorothy, it just doesn't make sense. Why was Charlie with that tramp if he didn't sleep with her?
Now, come on. Blanche may be a little loose, but she's not a tramp.
Okay, here they are, the names of all the men I have dated since my husband died.
What do you know? The tramp keeps records.
Dorothy, most of the men in these pages just fantasized about going to bed with me.
Now, what do the gold stars mean?
I had a good time.
What do the silver stars mean?
I ran out of gold stars.
Wait a minute. If you didn't sleep with any of the men in these journals, then how come it says bed on the cover?
Oh, it doesn't say bed.
Right there, it does.
Oh, silly, those are my initials. Blanche Elizabeth Devereaux.
Your initials spell bed?
Okay, let's see. You said 8 years ago, Spring? That starts right here. I'm going to prove to you I am not a sexually indiscriminate person.
Well, her name isn't Bed.
Dear God, I know it's been an awful long time since I've done this, and I'm sorry. You have given me a lot to be thankful for. My wonderful children, my health, a beautiful body, legs to die for. A face that is stunningly sexy and yet has the innocence of a child, with luscious lips that just invite...
He knows what you look like.
Yes, you know what I look like, and I just want to say, good job. Oh, but, dear God, I do have a favor to ask. Could you please spare my friend Rose? Now, I know I haven't been perfect, but if you can just let her live, I promise I'll try to be a better person. And if, in your infinite wisdom, you decide to start the aging process on me, I will understand. And I promise I will not have sex with anyone. Unless they really, really need it. Amen.
It's a funny show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, it's funny all the way through, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but she's one of my favourites.
Yeah. They're all great characters. I like the old woman.
Yeah,
the one that plays the old woman.
Sophia.
Sophia, yeah. I just like the comebacks on it and the attitude sort of thing. But it's just a great show with the characters.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I said before, you wouldn't get away with such now.
There's
with
nothing like that
innuendos and stuff like that
No.
now. They don't do it anymore, sadly.
Yeah.
You know, you have to watch panel shows and things like that for innuendos like that. But it's very funny. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next one.
Bye.
Cheers.